What if your unit is running, but it's not cooling the cellar? If your unit is not cooling to 55 degrees, and you've confirmed this with a separate thermometer, there are a few things you need to do. But first, let's take a look at the position of the cooling unit in the cellar. If the cooling unit is not mounted high on the wall near the ceiling, it will not be able to circulate the rising hot air, and you won't get proper performance from the unit. Also, check the owner's manual to make sure that your cooling unit is rated to cool the number of cubic feet in your cellar. If your cellar is larger than the unit specifications will allow, you need to upgrade your unit. Even if your cubic footage is within the specs, remember that building materials like glass, cement, stone, tile, brick, and others will absorb the cool air or transfer heat from the outside to create an additional draw on the cooling unit. And if the intake air temperature from the exhaust room rises above 85 degrees, the unit will not be able to cool to 55 degrees because it only cools 30 degrees cooler than the intake air. This is a leading cause of inefficient performance for the XLT. And if the intake air is anywhere close to 80 or 85 degrees, you should consider installing the XLT ducting kit with the inline fan to help with ventilation and heat dissipation. Our first troubleshooting step will be to clean the coils and perform any general maintenance that is prescribed for your cooling unit. To clean the coils, use a vacuum with a brush attachment. Vacuum the surface of the grill in an up and down motion and remove any dust or lint that has accumulated. Clean the grills on both the condenser side and the evaporator side and vacuum the fans also. We do this because dirt on the coils acts as an airflow obstruction, which makes your unit work harder to achieve proper performance. Remember to perform these steps every 3 months as regular maintenance. Next, you should run the bypass test that we just showed. Also, there's another way to test your thermostat. Press and hold the down arrow while the unit is running. You should see a 90-minute countdown on the display because the unit will only run for a maximum of 90 minutes at a time. If there is no countdown, or if the unit does not turn off at the end of the countdown, then you have a thermostat problem. Also, check to see if all of the fans are blowing and if they appear to be turning at the same speed. The best way to know if your unit is working is if heat is exhausting out the back side. If you feel warm air blowing out the back, your unit is functioning properly, and you need to consider any installation and ventilation issues. If you call customer service, they'll ask you to perform a temperature test. Take a thermometer like this one that you would normally use to test the temperature of cooked meat. Take the temperature of the unit in 3 places: in the center of the condenser coil, in the center of the evaporator coil, and in front of the fans. Don't tape the thermometer to the unit or you can get a bad reading. Just hold it in place until you get an accurate reading. Also, check your thermostat for error codes. For instance, if you see a PRB code, this means that the liquid temperature probe is not properly connected. To fix this, remove the thermostat and make sure that the plug is secure in the socket.